Hey everyone, David here from Black Badger Software Solutions. What we have for you here is a small snippet from our Monday.com basic training course. In the video, pretty cut and dry, straight to the point. This is exactly how you do A, B, and C in Monday.com with a screen share so you can follow along and actually do what I'm telling you to do by following along on the screen. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so welcome back to the course. So at this point, we're just going to jump right into it and we're going to hop into our first board. The reason is that all the other settings and everything else usually and kind of depend upon what's in here and being able to sort that and show that information. So the first step in going through your first board is I'm going to do an orientation of what a board is, what it looks like, and what every single one of these little buttons are. So starting at the top left, we have the name. If you want to edit it, you just need to click this and you can change it. Next, we have the board description, which is also the same as this right here. So whether you click the See More or click this, this is where you can edit your board's description. And you can add any text-based information, whatever you want. Hit the X and that will automatically save. And if it goes past the character limit, you'll just need to click See More. Here's where you favorite a board. Over here is the activity log for the board, where it shows you all activity specifically for this board, including when it was done. And as you see, you can hover the mouse over it and it tells you the exact time in your local time zone, what the column type was, what was done, a column was created. In here, you can filter the log. You can filter by name, by person, refresh, export to Excel. You can see integration and automation activity. You can see who last viewed it and what updates have been posted on this board. Here you can invite members to your board. Now, one thing to note is that this crown means you are a board owner. As a board owner, you have full access to everything on that board. And that might be good to know because there are some permission settings which we'll go into, such as hiding columns or locking columns. A board owner is not under any of those restrictions and they can do anything they want to the board. It is a best practice to only have one, maybe two board owners, but really not creating board ownership for everyone who's in the board. All right, next we have the board settings. Here we have power-ups where we have views, dashboards, automations, integrations, and app marketplace. Again, there's multiple ways to access all of these pieces, and I'm going to get into those in a little bit. Board permissions, board settings, notifications, more actions, archive the board, delete it, view, archives and trash for this board, and just the feedback button. Again, I'm going to go into every single one of these into a little bit more detail after this. All right. Next, we have the views. The first view is always called main table. Now, you don't really have many options in main table because this is really where everything is housed. Whether you make other views or anything custom, the main table is always the main source of truth. So you're limited to what you can do with it. If you want to create a new view, you just hit Add View. Here's all the usual ones, but again, you can always click More, and this shows you several others, including apps by Monday and the app marketplace. Next, you have Integrate. This just brings you to the integration center. Automate brings you to the automation builder. And the first thing you'll see is all of the pre-made automations, which are fantastic. And then we have the collapse header, which only shows now the name and the views, name of the board. All right. Now we have new item. This will simply create an item. And you can rename it and add as much information as you want. Here is the search everything in the board itself. Again, you can create filters if you only want to check certain columns. Here's how to filter by just a specific person or multiple people. Here's how to create more filters. These are the quick filters. And then they have an advanced filter option, which there is a lot more you can do with this, covered separately. Here you can sort your columns. And what happens when you create a sort is that's usually you want to create a very specific sort of ascend or descend. and you want to have it saved to perhaps just you, then you should save it as a new view, because any sorting that you actually make is permanent once you hit save. Here you can hide individual columns. Here you can pin columns, change item height, create conditional coloring, and set item default values, such as a person, a status, a date, and numbers. All right. So the next thing down we have is what's called a group. Here you have the group settings where you can collapse, expand, select all the items, add a group below this, duplicate the group, move the group to a different board, rename it, change the color, etc. Another thing you can do is you can simply rename it by clicking on that, and you can change the color to any one of these colors. No, there are not custom colors, just these options. All right, so the next thing is you have the group header. In here, this is the summary names of the columns. You can actually change these if you'd like as well. So you could call this due date, expecting date, whatever you want. You could call this person, responsible. This is the one you cannot change though. This checkbox allows you to select all items in that group, opening up the item selector and the batch action user. So again, it's called the batch action tools, but it still opens up for one item. In here, you can duplicate, export, etc. Convert means you can convert a parent level item to a sub item or a sub item back to a parent level item. We're not going to work on that. All right, and here are the various columns. There's just a person, status, and date. Here's where you add additional columns. These are broken down by category, but by no means are all of them. If you go into more columns, you will see all of the various columns that they have to offer. There will be additional videos on all of these, but for right now, we're not going to get into them, just show you how that they're here and where to see them. All right, and again, you have more groups here. You can add a new group, or you can add a group by clicking into this. And that's the basic overview of what every single board looks like, whether it's shared, private, etc. There might be a couple little differences, but we'll go into that in each board type. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. As I said, I thought it's pretty cut and dry and very precise. Like, look, it's just do this, 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 no fluff in the videos. So, and that's pretty much what the whole course is about. It's about 45 videos. They're all between 1 to 8 minutes long of just, this is exactly how you use Monday.com. It defines the terms, it defines how you use it, and it shows you exactly where to go and how to do it. If you want any more information on how to do that course, you can find the information in the description below. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, and follow, and leave a comment if you have one. Thanks.